It's your family, Ethan. What helped you to endure and to demonstrate your loyalty?
Well, that's just it, Joe. Your very example helped us through the really hard times. I remember returning to the Kingdom Hall after a long day in field service. 2 weeks prior to this, my wife Amy and I had just finished our last week of training for the traveling work. Anyway, when we got back to the hall, we saw our friends.
So, you'll be serving congregations as a regular circuit overseer soon.
We'll see what Jehovah has in mind, Bill.
Maybe they'll send you to one of those circuits where you'll have to travel 45 miles between congregations.
We're ready to do whatever it takes to praise Jehovah and help the brothers.
Sure. Okay, well, have a good evening.
See you on Tuesday. Honey, we need to talk.
Yeah, it feels good finally to have some private time just to catch up. We've been so busy this week. So how did it go for you and Katie on that last Bible study?
Oh, it was good. She's really making progress. Ethan, I'm just thinking out loud here. If we weren't really able to go into the traveling work, how would you feel? I mean, I'm sure the brothers think really highly of you and all, but, well, say that, some circumstance came up. Some, family circumstances or something, and we...
Don't worry, honey. Everything will be fine. Listen, your dad is strong. He'll be okay.
I know. I'm not worried about Dad.
Besides, we're centered on serving Jehovah. It's not about the special privileges. If the brothers think I have more to learn, or if circumstances require that we focus our attention elsewhere, we'll look to Jehovah to bless us just as we always have, right?
Ethan, I think I'm pregnant.
Those 5 words changed our goals a little. After our daughter turned 3, we had a son. Then one day when the kids were 9 and 12, I had the day off work, and we had just returned home from service. It was a meeting night.
Thanks for being my householder, Lena.
Sure, Mom. Too bad Sister Conky got sick. I know she was really looking forward to working with you on this talk. Okay, so how do you want me to handle this?
Well, our assigned material is from the reasoning book, Under Suffering, and our theme is, adversity should not be considered proof of God's disapproval. You can be my neighbor.
Okay, this'll be good. I'll just act like Mrs. Fash next door, okay?
Careful, dear. Ellie is a very nice lady.
I know, Mom. And she's been easing up a little on her prejudice, especially since Dad mowed her lawn last week.
Your dad. He's always looking for ways to help people. So anyway, I thought we could handle it nicely by using Job's example. The reasoning book says, when Job lost his possessions and was afflicted with loathsome disease, that was not because of God's disapproval. The Bible clearly says that Satan was responsible. But companions who came to visit Job argued that Job's plight must prove that he had done something wicked.
Tell him it's Bob Morton calling. Morton. T-O-N. Right. No, I live up on 94th Street with my daughter and her family. Not anymore. No, I moved. That's right. Yes, we've really been enjoying our visits. So let him know I'll be there tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Okay, thank you. Say, what are you two working on?
Oh, we're just going over a talk for tonight. Lena's going to substitute as my householder.
Yeah, Sister Compton got sick, so I get to act like Mrs. Fash next door. Who are you talking to, Grandpa?
Oh, just checking on a Bible study for Wednesday. How was service today?
It was wonderful. Amy started a study with a lady she has been calling on for months.
It was amazing, Dad. When she finally read Psalm 83:18 in her own Bible, the scales seemed to fall from her eyes. Hey, I didn't realize how late it was getting. I need to start supper. Say, were you able to get to the store today?
I was just heading over there now.
Oh, good. Would you mind picking up a few more ingredients for the soup?
No problem.
But we're running a little short on time. Ethan has to get to the Kingdom Hall early tonight.
I know what we need for the soup, Mom. I can help Grandpa.
Thank you, sweetie. That would be great.
I'll ask Huey if he can help you with the salad. Hey, buddy. What you working on?
I'm drawing.
Yeah? Can I see?
Well, it's not done yet. But, okay. See?
Nice. That's an awesome hippo.
Uh-huh. But I think I made his teeth too big.
Do you know why hippos are so strong and have such good teeth?
Because they eat plants?
That's part of it. That reminds me. Can you help your mom wash up some vegetables for the salad? I have to do some research before the meeting tonight.
What kind of research?
Just help your mom, son. I'll explain it to you later.
Okay, Dad. I want to be big and strong like that hippo.
What's taking them so long? Dad was supposed to be right back. He was just picking up some office supplies and a few vegetables.
Did you try his cell?
It just keeps going to voicemail. So you haven't heard from them either?
No. But your dad knew we had to get to the hall a few minutes early tonight. It's not like him not to call. It's already 5:45. Let me try his cell again.
This is Bob Morton. Please leave a message.
Still not answering.
Is this the residence of Mr. Morton?
Yes.
That's my father.
So, Lena Barber is your daughter?
Yes, officers, yes. What's the problem? What's happened?
Could we step in for a moment?
Certainly.
Where's Lena? Where's Daddy? Is everything okay?
Mr. and Mrs. Barber, there's been an accident. An 18-wheeler lost control on the interstate, and it came in contact with your father's vehicle. I'm sorry to tell you this, but there were no survivors.
No! Oh, no! You can't be happening! Jehovah, why? How could this happen?
Amy, Ethan, I can't believe it. The whole neighborhood is still in shock.
Hi, Ellie.
How are you holding up?
Well, our friends from the Kingdom Hall have been a wonderful support, and Ethan's been holding us together. He's always been the strong one. I just still feel lost right now.
I'm so sorry for your loss, you two. I know it's already been a week.
We understand, Ellie. What can you say?
I brought you some flowers. There, Amy, don't cry. I know that in some kind of way, God is going to work this out for you. He's got the whole world in his hands. I'm sure this was all for the best. Maybe he needed more flowers for his big garden in the... That's right. You don't exactly see it that way, do you? Well, anyway, it's still for the best somehow. Maybe you can have another.
It's going to be okay, Ellie. We're both just really tired still. Thank you for the beautiful flowers.
Oh, sure. Well, if there's anything I can do to help, you just let me know. I'm right next door here. I mean it. Anything. You just tell me.
Thank you, Ellie.
Say, Ethan, can I tell you something I've been dying to say for a long time?
Maybe this is...
Oh, I just have to say it anyway. Ethan, I know you believe in the Lord. You have been using up all your energy out there trying to teach people your beliefs, and now look at you. Your poor wife is too stunned to face reality. You think the Lord might be trying to tell you something? The way I see it, the troublemakers usually reap what they sow. The generous ones are blessed. That's really what the gospel is all about. Give, and it will be given to you. Isn't that what the Lord said? Now here you are, generous people suffering like this. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Don't resent this act of God, Ethan. Just repent. Tell God you're sorry that you thought you could earn your salvation somehow. Tell him that you're sorry you took up with that sect and that you'll accept his punishment.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, Ellie, but what you describe is just not in harmony with the facts.
Never mind the facts. Repent, Ethan, and you'll have peace. You and Amy and little Huey.
I'd have to get back to you on that. No, I wasn't able to finish that either. I don't know. I guess the time just got away from me. I'm sorry. I'll see if I can throw something together before Wednesday. Yeah, I can see why you're frustrated. No, I understand. I'll do my best.
Hey, Ethan, did Justin get a hold of you?
Yeah, I just got off the phone with him.
A little personal advice. It's best not to be on his bad side. And right now, you are definitely on his bad side. If it were me, I'd do whatever it took to make this thing right.
He wants me to put 3 reports together for him by Wednesday, but I just don't know if I can do it.
Don't sell yourself short. Just put in a late night today and tomorrow. I have faith in you. You'll crack it out.
I have my meeting at the Kingdom Hall tonight. I don't want to miss it again.
Ethan, seriously, we need to talk. Not just a boss-employee talk, but as friends. Listen, I'm so sorry about your family. There's nothing I can say to make it better. I know that. Personally, I've seen enough tragedies like this happen to good people that I gave up on God a long time ago.
This wasn't God's fault.
All right. I respect your feelings about that. All I know is you always went to church and you were always taking time to preach your gospel. If it were me, I'd be asking God why he didn't protect my family.
It doesn't work like that, Zane.
Like I said, You believe what you want. It just seems like your God isn't helping you cope with this.
You don't understand.
You're right. You're right. I don't. It's your personal business. But when Alex had his little tragedy, you know what helped him to cope? His work. He threw himself into it. It kept his mind busy. He's a good guy, Alex. I'm sorry if I crossed the line. I'm just concerned about you, Ethan. You've got a nice way with people, and you've been getting us a lot of accounts. But you know, with your energy issues, if you can't find a way to pull it together soon, I'm not sure what I'll be able to do to keep you here. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand.
But hey, if you ever need someone to talk to, don't hesitate to call.
Thanks.
I'm so glad we found out that Amy is here at the hospital with Ethan.
Amy, we came as soon as we heard you were here. Can we get you anything? Something to eat or drink?
No, thanks. Not right now. Ethan should be finished with the doctor any minute.
Ethan's been so amazing through all of this. We even heard that he placed a tract with one of the nurses here.
That's my Ethan.
I just feel rotten for him, though. I thought you said his checkup went well.
Both of us have really been out of it these past few weeks. But we just thought it was the grief and the stress of it all. The doctor said that he noticed a little irregularity in one of Ethan's exams, though. So we ran another one to confirm it.
You mean?
The good news is we caught it early. But the doctor said that Ethan can expect a pretty steady decline in energy. We're just trying to figure out what his options are.
Man, I remember when Ethan was about to become a circuit overseer. This is just awful. This stuff usually happens to, people who spend all their rent money on booze and cigarettes and lottery tickets. And then the next thing you know, they're out on the street and can't recognize people. But you guys, it seemed like you always had everything together. Unless you were, hiding something. Just shows you how fragile life is, huh? There are no guarantees. We're just here today, gone tomorrow. Doesn't even matter how hard we try. Like this bug. Didn't even know he was alive. Makes you wonder what Jehovah really thinks of all the stuff we do.
Yeah, right. Well, thanks for coming, Bill.
Hey, that's why we're here. To offer a little encouragement. I know this is a tough situation, but you'll make it through.
You know it's tough? Tell me, do you know how tough it is to walk into a morgue to identify your little girl? How tough it is to keep expecting to hear your father's comforting voice?
We're so sorry, Amy. Really, we didn't mean to.
Yeah, Amy, please, try to calm down.
Why should I? You talk about making it through. But what about now, Bill? Huh? What are you gonna tell me about right now? to do. I know that Jehovah doesn't cause these calamities, but I thought we were doing everything right. But what good is it if all our dreams just go up in smoke in an instant?
Well, let's focus on what we do have. First of all, we have Jehovah, and that's everything.
I just hope I can count on that, Ethan. But I feel so guilty. I should never have sent Lena off to the store like that with Dad. She was only 12. She was such a happy girl. And I feel as if everyone else thinks it was my fault, too.
Who could possibly believe that any of this is your fault?
Ellie, I know, consider the source. But even Bill insinuates as much. He gets me so depressed. I really let him have it yesterday.
Come to think of it, Zane even implied that I was somehow at fault right before he fired me. But something's really wrong with all their reasoning.
What do you mean?
Remember what Jesus said here in Luke chapter 13? Look at verse 4.
Or those 18 upon whom the tower in Siloam fell, thereby killing them. Do you imagine that they were proved greater debtors than all other men inhabiting Jerusalem?
No, indeed, I tell you, Jesus answered in verse 5. Those people who died weren't being punished for their mistakes. Accidents happen. We've been through this before, Amy. You're an excellent mother.
We prayed for Jehovah to protect them, Ethan. Why didn't Jehovah answer us? I guess Bill's right. He said there are no guarantees.
Does Jehovah do bad things, Daddy?
No, of course not, Huey. Mommy and Daddy are just trying to understand some things, that's all. Sometimes things happen that are hard to figure out.
I know, but when you and Mommy do things without telling me why, is that bad?
No, not at all. Jehovah doesn't have to explain every detail of what happens in life. Besides, it would take us forever to figure some things out.
I can never understand forever anyway.
You have given birth to a wise child. But some things are clear, even now. I've been rereading the book of Job lately, and something that impresses me about his story is that while we may not be shielded from tragedy, if we are faithful like Job was, Jehovah won't forget us.
Jehovah never forgets.
Bill told you that there are no guarantees, but actually some things are guaranteed. Jehovah guarantees to safeguard us spiritually. Psalm 91 says, because you said, Jehovah is my refuge, no calamity will befall you. But is that a promise that a servant of God will never suffer any physical harm?
No, I realize that. Many faithful ones have had to suffer.
Right, but Jehovah's promise isn't meaningless. The protection is real. Jehovah did protect Lena and Grandpa spiritually. He safeguarded their relationship with him. They were serving him faithfully right up to the time of their death. Their future life prospects are secure in his loving hands.
Oh, I'm keeping Lena and Daddy with me in my heart.
I am too, and so is Jehovah. Moreover, he can do something about it. He will. He yearns to.
For the work of his hands, he will have a yearning.
He will call, and they will answer.
Exactly. There are so many rich lessons in the book of Job. But Jehovah's questions at the end are what I love the best. I think it will help us a lot in the next few weeks if we really study those chapters. Huey, can you draw some pictures tomorrow of a zebra and an ostrich? Jehovah is going to teach us some important lessons by means of those animals.
That'll be cool, Dad.
And so, although Jehovah didn't talk to us out of a windstorm, he did talk to us through the pages of his inspired word. Really, Joe, we owe a lot to you for the example of endurance that you set for us.
Let the name of Jehovah continue to be blessed.
He it is who gave all of us the strength to endure.
We really felt his sustaining power, and we received so much encouragement through Jehovah's organization, and we saw his answers to our specific prayers.
We feel that our endurance through that ordeal prepared us to make it through the events that happened during the Great Tribulation.
Jehovah continues to satisfy us with good things. How insignificant our endurance seems now in comparison with Jehovah's reward. Look, here come the girls.
Mom always told us about your legendary beauty, Karen Havoc.
I need not be considered, Lena. Wait till you meet my 5 sisters. There they are now, coming along from Noah's forest with Huey, your grandfather Bob, and my 14 brothers.
Of course, problems like ours didn't befall everyone in the Brotherhood in the last days, but we were determined not to allow our situation to scare others. We knew that they were watching with interest, just as we were watching and learning from your example, Joe. We saw it as an opportunity to demonstrate the depth of our love for Jehovah and our appreciation for his way of ruling. Indeed, although we had so much to learn, by showing ourselves attentive to the wonderful works of God, we were convinced that Jehovah is able to do all things.
Did we not appreciate that drama and all the hard work of those who presented it to us? Yes, we thank them very much. Just how valuable is the truth to you? Each of us demonstrates the answer to that question by the decisions we make each day. How so? Listen and watch as Brother Walter Wright, our rooming overseer of our convention, develops a theme